Coming up, showing ornery cattle who's boss. Sniffing out hidden danger. This Havanese finds toxic mold. And meet a spunky Chihuahua on wheels. Bonnie, a 2-year-old border collie, is a top cattle herder in Colorado. She works with her owner, Jeremy Gingrich, on the Chico Basin Ranch, which at over 80,000 acres is one of the largest in the state. The Chico Basin cattle are grass-fed, but a 3-year drought has taken a toll on the ranch.
We've had to get rid of some cattle, and we can't afford to have as many cowboys either, so that's the way Bonnie helps us out. She's a lot less expensive than a cowboy. She's actually better than some, too.
Several small spring-fed lakes keep a few areas green. Once cows have grazed in the same place for a while, they're moved so grass can grow back. Before sundown, Bonnie and Jeremy will move the herd 5 miles away to a new pasture. Only then can she return home to rest. Bonnie never stops moving. The extreme temperatures make heat exhaustion a real danger.
The heat's a really big concern. Last year we lost a dog to the heat, and to us it didn't seem like that hot a day. So we really try to be aware of that. We make sure around places where there's water, or we carry water with us in a little bowl so the dogs don't overheat.
In addition to the heat, Bonnie faces other hazards. There are 3 kinds of cactus on the ranch, and she tends to get needles in her paws. The cattle often try to kick at her or ram her with their horns, and certain areas of the ranch are full of rattlesnakes. Bonnie knows that horses kick too, so she stays well out of their range. 300 cattle are being moved by 4 cowboys and 3 dogs. Bonnie is the senior member of the dog crew and the key to keeping the cows out of trouble and things under control.
What she'll do is help us get the cattle in a herd and then move them along. And Bonnie will work the back, kind of back and forth. If a cow stops to graze, she'll go up and either stare at it, or if that cow really wants to graze and not move, then she'll nip it in the heels, or maybe even go around to the front of it and get its attention.
Originally from the British Isles, the Border Collie is tops among herding dogs. With their keen intelligence and strong desire to please, they're easy to train.
Bonnie, get her going.
Bonnie controls the herd by giving the cows what is called the eye, a wolf-like stare that asserts her dominance.
They'll just stop, they'll lay down and maybe crouch down and look a cow in the face and it's kind of telling her, you better do what I want or things are gonna get bad, or I'll really get aggressive.
Herding is so instinctive, Bonnie doesn't know when to stop.
Bonnie, like most Border Collies, is a workaholic. They'll actually overwork themselves if you let them. They just don't know when to quit. Sometimes you'll find her watching ants, herding ants across the sidewalk, or herding shadows if she has no real work to do.
Bonnie learned to herd from watching an older, more experienced dog. Now she's teaching her brother Kit. He's a bit larger than Bonnie and has distinctive white markings around his neck.
What Kit used to do is just charge in out of control. He'd see Bonnie going to work on something, and so Kit would come flying in. Now he's watching her, and now he knows when to hang back and just be outside the herd, when to go in and put a little pressure here or a little pressure there.
By 10 a.m., the temperature is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or 35 degrees Celsius. If it were hotter than this, the dogs would be left at the ranch. Jeremy makes sure the dogs take the time to drink water and to cool down. Jeremy got Bonnie when she was 8 weeks old. Bonnie is short for Bonita, which means pretty in Spanish.
Bonnie, she got her name because she was the cutest and little sweetheart, and she was a run of the litter. So that's why she's kind of small, but I think she was tough because she always had to fight for what she got, being small. So that's why I picked her, and she's sweet, and she came up to me and licked me on the toe as the first time I met her, so I was hooked. Bonnie and I spend most of our time together. This is the kind of place where a dog's not only a helper, but it's a companion and it's a pet.
Chico Basin cows have been raised to protect their calves from predators like coyotes. The cows see the dogs as predators too.
They'll kick at the dogs, and they might turn around and try and get them with the horns. And if you see the dogs, it's amazing how quick they are. They can anticipate a kick, and they'll be long gone and far out of the way before the cow even kicks. And so there's a fine line between getting Bonnie to stay back and just use her look to get the cow to change her mind, and sometimes put some pressure on and get in and nip a nose or nip a heel. And so try and find that balance. You don't want to get the cattle too upset, but you also want them to respect the dog.
Bonnie's had a run-in with a cactus. Jeremy inspects her feet and removes the prickles.
How are your feet, Bonds? You probably already pulled them all out.
A few hours later, Bonnie nearly steps on a rattlesnake. Jeremy is forced to kill it for her safety and that of the people in nearby homes. It's the final stretch. Jeremy keeps a close eye on Bonnie.
When we reach our destination with the cattle, there's a big pool of water there, so the first thing that she'll do is go jump in and splash around and take a long drink.
Finally, the cattle reach the new pasture and the fresh grass.
Well, the cattle move fast because we got out early enough, that's one thing, and the dogs did really well. That feels good.
Bonnie's had a long, tough day. Working in the heat takes a lot out of her.
A lot of people have told me Bonnie's one of the sweetest dogs they've ever met, and I think that's true. That's part of the reason why I picked her out. I've told people before that she hates cattle and she loves people, and I think that's part of why she's so good at her job. She really likes kind of taking control of cattle and making them do what she wants.